All right, guess who's Bazak G Squad? Tall Guy Car Reviews, man. I'm here with my guy Jake at Audi Ridgefield. Y'all already, if they haven't already seen the S5 2018 Sportback we did, and we did the RS3 2018, which was a legendary car. So we had to come back today, baby, to do the new 2018 Audi TT RS. So let's give them a full understanding on how legendary this car really is, Jake. I was talking to my guy Rob and you about it. Go ahead and tell them how many are actually out there.
Right now for sale, when this video is posted, there's about 12 or 13 for sale. None in this color that we know of.
Yep.
This was an Audi car that we had, so you can come here and buy it. It does have 950 miles, so it is technically used. But this car is basically the same thing as the RS3 you saw yesterday.
Yep.
Except it's 240 pounds lighter. This one has the steel brakes down here, so you get the red calipers.
Yeah, because you only get the gray ones when you get the ceramic.
Right,
ceramic.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, I learned a little something from Jake now. Now, Jake, this is what they said in the video. Somebody said, hey, man, you got to let Jake just do his thing because they know Jake know his stuff. So I'm just going to let you take over, Jake. Go ahead and tell your thing.
All right, so a few things on this car. It's very optioned out. So on the interior, you got your carbon fiber on all your accents. And then if you see the orange stitching and the orange around the mirrors, that's legendary. Called the RS design package.
Okay.
So it gets a little
so you only get that unless you got the RS.
Right,
okay.
Exactly. So it really looks good, especially with the orange on the outside. Kind of like a mini R8 if you look at the steering wheel.
The steering wheel, come on, man. Let's get a full understanding now. That joint is legendary.
You got the start and stop button on the steering wheel. And then you got, just like the R8, your exhaust mode, which is down here from standard to sport exhaust.
Make it extra loud.
Right.
Top of the move. That's what we need right there, Jake.
It definitely drives like a mini R8. Feels super tight.
So tell them this though, because remember this is what I told you about why they put them seats back there. They know damn well ain't nobody gonna fit back there, man.
So when you have a four-seater, you get taxed less.
Yep.
So they put the seats back there, but with anyone normal sitting back there, it's impossible to sit.
And the thing is too, you get cheaper car insurance too.
Right, exactly.
You know, that makes a big deal.
Right, but I guess you could put a car seat, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
I wouldn't know if I would classify this as a family car.
Okay, so tell me this, because I said this in the Audi reviews I did the other day with y'all. Why? I love the seatbelt, right, with the black and the red outside.
Yeah, yeah.
Why on the back seat are they not back there? Why? Why is it just pure black comparison?
I have absolutely no idea, but I'm sure there's some stupid reason for it, right?
Yeah, man, come on, man, make it like this. I like to see red everywhere, man. Make mine is ultra legendary, baby.
Right.
You know what I mean? Talk to them about the headlights and the new design of it, because this was this totally revised, or is this?
No, so this is what would have been 2016 was the new generation of the TT.
Yep.
So we're on our third generation now. So you get the new headlights, and Audi has went to, instead of the circle lights, they've went to more jagged edge. So
more sharp.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a little more aggressive look.
Yeah, because the older TT's got like more of a little bubbly, rounder look.
Right. And this is much more straight lined, sharp looking.
Yeah, and I feel like they succeeded with that, man.
Yeah.
So how much horsepower, give or take?
I think 454, same as the RS3, so whatever that was.
454,
yeah.
And then 350, something like that for torque or something like that, right?
Yep.
Okay, roughly, give or take. You know, we're not giving exact numbers, give or take. You know, but legendary car, man. I always liked the TTs when they were like top of the move, right? But like you see so many of them old ass embarrassing ones on the road. Right. You be like, that TT kind of messed it up. And then what kind of really messed it up for me was you always see girls driving the TT.
Well, the last ones are bubbly, and that's more of a girl thing. This is much more sharp.
Yeah, it looked like a little miniature Beetle.
Right.
Yeah.
We did sell a TTRS to a grandma, though.
To a grandma?
Yeah.
A TTRS?
Yeah.
Oh, that's legendary. The grandma was going top of the mook every day, huh?
Right.
Yeah, I like that, man. You know what I mean? Well, anyway, man, Jake, thank you. I appreciate your help, man.
Yes, of course.
Go ahead and knock out this review, baby. I just wanted to let you drop them little giblets because I know you be knowing a lot of that stuff.
Right. Some stuff.
Some stuff. But Audi Ridgefield, man, I'm going to have a number pop up on the screen right now, man. So if you want to buy this Audi TT RS or you want to buy the S5 four-door joint, they got all the new stuff. They got a Lamborghini Audi R8 V10 Plus that I reviewed in there. That's all in there. And they got legendary red interiors in their cars and everything. So understand, if you want to buy an Audi, come to Audi Ridgefield because I rock with my guy Jake, my guy Rob, my guy Joe, everybody up in there, man. Appreciate it, Jake. One more time for the one time. Thank you, baby. See you later, man. But here y'all go, man. This is the Audi TT RS. If you look at the front little scoops and all that, man, I like all this. You see the front lip, they got it black contrasting with the orange. It's like an orange type red. That's what makes it so dope. You got the little scoop joint right here. I don't think it's functional, but who cares? It looks really good. I like the headlights. I like the grill. The wheels are actually really nice. There's not too many wheels I would get from the dealership that I would keep and just remain factory the whole time. These are one of the ones I would never change. I would just keep it like that. keep up the brake calipers clean, keep the rims clean, and then you good to go, man. Now, moving on from the wheels, let's get to the paint and all that good stuff, right? The paint is technically called Catalunya Metallic Red. Even though it looks like an orange, it's more of a red than an orange, I guess. Now, one thing that I mentioned to Jake is I like the new design of the Audi TTs. And I really love the Audi TT RS because of all the extra bells and whistles that you're gonna get when you buy this. And obviously, I don't know if every TT got this, but I do like that. That is a good touch. But that's not the reason why I like the Audi TT RS so much. It's because all the little subtle, little extra lines and grooves that they got in the car, the diffuser right there on the bottom with the pipes and all that. I mean, look at it, man. It's a legendary car. I'm gonna give y'all some exhaust note revs and all that because it sounds good. It got a nice little crackle and pop and all that stuff to it. And I mean, come on, man. When you get that RS, you get that right there. And any person, I don't care if you're an Audi fan or not, when you see that RS, you know ain't nothing to be played with when you buy this car. And at the same time, you know you gotta have a substantial bag to get this because you just ain't just no regular bum just walking up in the dealership and buying no Audi TT RS. I don't care who he is, ain't no bum just walking in and doing that. One other good touch that I really like about the Audi TT RS is this spoiler right here. Now it's like a nice low profile spoiler, and one thing they did, they gave its nice own little touch is they put the red type orange with the black right here. And it's like a little difference, but it makes a big difference. But now this is the thing too, like right now you can't see, as you're looking at the back of this joint right here, you cannot tell that this is one long light bar. And I like that a lot. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut the lights on and see if that joint will flick on, so that way y'all get a full understanding of how legendary this car really is. Now, aside from this brake light that they got right there, right, as y'all just seen, this brake light right here also looks good as well. So they didn't even have to incorporate right there. That was just a nice little touch that they added there. It was subtle, but at the same time make a big difference. Like I said, man, the Audi TT RS, man, just legendary whip now. And I didn't even know all this about this. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. I got here, Jake and Rob, they called me up, they told me everything that this thing does around the track, and they said this is actually better than the Audi RS3. And I was like, for real? And then so they kind of just broke it down for me, how everybody usually gets this for the track, and it's more of a track dedicated car than the RS3. So without further ado, let's get up in the interior, man, and let's talk about all the good stuff happening up in here, man. First and foremost, if you haven't watched all the other Audi reviews that I've done here at Audi Richfield, go watch it, man, because I told y'all over and over again how the Alcantara right here makes a huge difference, man. The leather with the red stitching makes a big difference. The Bang Olufsen sound system makes a big difference. In the carbon fiber, like I said in the other one, you will never find a cheap car with carbon fiber, so it's always a good touch to me. And the Audi TT RS right there by the seats, and then obviously you got the seats. Everyone knows that the Audi seats are always my favorite when I get up into an Audi. Now, I'm not saying my favorite out of all car brands, but I'm just saying I always got to love and respect for the Audi's interior. Now, let's talk about this right here, because I talked about this in the last Audi review I did as well. Black seatbelt with the red lines on the outside. Legendary. Like I told y'all, and y'all seen with Jake, they don't have the back seat ones like that, but I still like it nonetheless. Good little touch, because usually you just see a fully red seatbelt or a yellow or something like that, or that sort of blue one, and I like the loud colors. But that one was a nice subtle one for the people who want to be conservative but yet have a little bit of a swag, you know what I mean? But then you got the little reclining joint that comes out like it is in the BMWs and all the good stuff, man. You got all the mechanics right here, diamond tread stitching, big bullshit up with the RS right there on the back of your back, you know what I mean? It's just legendary car, man. Let me go ahead and get in and sit down and talk about everything else. Now, first and foremost, let's go ahead and talk about my legroom. Yes, I am 6'10", for those who don't know. So this is my legroom with my feet, with my chair set all the way back and all the way down. I can't go back no more or down no more. That is it right there. And here's where I'm at. Let me go ahead and start the car for y'all first. Come on, man. This is good, man. You see the start-stop button on the steering wheel. How much more legendary can it get than that? This is my legroom right here. Yes, I'm tapping on that steering wheel with my right foot, just a dash. My left one, not so much, because in between the brake and that footrest, I can stick my left foot right there and I'm all the way cool. But this right one, this is about, unless I go all the way both feet like this and I just try to finagle it, but if I'm like this, usually this is how I'm driving. So this is how it'd be in this car. And usually my left foot like right here, and this is it. And I'd be cool like this for a good amount of time. And honestly, it's such a legendary car, I think I could thug it out for a good long minute. But let's get to talking about the Alcantara on the steering wheel. Everybody knows I like the Alcantara on the steering wheel. I did initially when they first started putting it on cars and I really started doing car reviews. At first, before I really got in the car with Alcantara on the steering wheel, I didn't like it. Once I started doing the car reviews, I loved it because it makes a different kind of feel when you're holding that steering wheel right there. And then you got the leather in the middle for the people who want the leather. You got the red stitching and all that good stuff, flat bottom, and you got the RS right there to let you know exactly what you're driving, let you know you ain't driving no regular TT. It's the RS, so you get the respect for it. You got the drive select mode. You got a whole whole bunch of different things right here in this full digital display. So you can go back, you can do a whole bunch of different stuff. You can navigate through it from audio, map, navigation, telephone, media, you know, all that good stuff, the sound, the vehicle. So you go here, you can pretty much make it exactly however you want. Or you can go right here and just change the whole, everything about it. So let's say you want to go to navigation or you want to go to map. You just hit map, boom, pops right up there for you. Now look at that right there. You can zoom out as much as you want. You know, like, let me show y'all something real quick. I hit the wrong damn button, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. But let me go ahead and zoom it out. There you go. So you wanna hit this little knob right here. You can literally turn it left and zoom out as much as you like and see the whole planet Earth if you want to. Or you can zoom it back in, right? And see the 3D building streets type stuff if you want to. Now, if you want to go all the way out, you can see that we are in Richfield Audi for those who don't know. I just think that's a dope, good touch, man, that y'all can add and put on to a whip. Like, come on, man, you can see all the cities, all the surrounding cities on the navigation in a full touch, digital screen display. And around that, you got the front parking sensors, the back parking sensors. I mean, it's just a legendary whip, man. Or you can go down here, hit drive select. Right here, you see you got comfort, auto, dynamic, and individual. Y'all know I would be in dynamic 24/7, 365 a year. But for those who don't want that, you got your options right there. And then you right there on the bottom right, you got the miles per hour and all that stuff. And you can literally switch and configure this however you want to have it. You could have the RPMs in the middle. You can have a navigation on the side. You can have whatever else you want, your time and dates and all that stuff over there on the right. You can pretty much have it exactly how you want, fit specifically towards you. Now, moving on from that, you got the Bang Olufsen sound system up here. It's not the joints that pop up, but it's still legendary nonetheless. You got the red trimmings, and y'all know how much that makes a big difference in any car. Just those little bitty colors and difference makes a big difference. And this ain't even no super loud interior, but those little red accents make a big difference in a car when you get into it, because it's for the people who want to be conservative. It gives you just enough to really feel legendary, right? Even though you're in a legendary car, it gives you just enough to keep it watery without, you know, upsetting your peers who want you to be conservative and all that stuff. For the people who care about that, I don't care about that, but for the people who do, they do. Now you close this right here, you got a little storage cubby and all that stuff right here. You close that right here, you got pure, obviously, carbon fiber laid out around the whole mook. You got black leather with the red stitching with the Alcantara around the gear shifter with the RS on the top. Makes a big difference. I'm gonna keep telling y'all that over and over and over again, because that's why they put these in these kind of cars, to make that big, subtle difference. We talked about my legroom, now we're gonna talk about my headroom. Headroom, I'm actually cool. It don't have no sunroof or no panoramic glass top or nothing like the Jag, so I'm actually cool with the headroom. If there was any compromise for me, it would be the legroom. But my headroom, obviously, as you can see, I'm 6'10", I'm absolutely cool. No, I'm not doing a backseat review because them shouldn't even be back there. You heard the man, it was for tax reasons and insurance costs. So without further ado, let's just go on this ride, baby. You know what? What am I thinking? I didn't even give y'all an exhaust note. First off, let me start it up first and foremost. I already done that, but I'm gonna start it up with the camera back there, so that way y'all get a full understanding how legendary this car really sounds. And then I'm gonna rev it up in the dynamic mode. I ain't even gonna rev it up in comfort mode, because it don't even matter. I want to rev it up in dynamic mode so y'all get all the burbles, all the crackles, and all that good stuff that y'all like to hear. All right, baby, now that we got that out the way, let's go ahead and check pricing. Now, this car without any of the bells and whistles, $64,900. With all the bells and whistles, $74,600. Do I think it's worth that? I don't know. We're gonna see after I take this thing on a drive, baby. So without further ado, let's go ahead and put that joint in reverse. Let's put that legendary seatbelt on. Let's get right to it, baby. Now, the backup camera, I gotta say, is pretty crispy on here. Now, this is one thing that I got a big feud with a lot of car manufacturers now in 2018, is the 2018 backup cameras, I feel like should be looking like one of them 4K ultra clear TVs when you go into a store to buy a car. I mean, to, you know, go in and buy a TV. I feel like that's how crispy it should look on the backup camera. And I feel like a lot of them don't have that. They do just enough to just make it cool and crispy, but not the most legendary. So now we're in auto mode. So from here, we're gonna just put it in regular, let it shift for itself, and let's see what it do. We're gonna get a good little pull real quick. Let's see what it do. Here y'all go. Y'all ready? Hear a nice little sound? Cool, something calm, something slight, but I'm not gonna lie to you. One thing I really like right from the jump that I can tell y'all that I like right from the beginning, even though I haven't really even went nowhere at all yet, is the steering wheel. The steering wheel is real stiff. You could tell it's like a track dedicated type of Audi, because the other two Audis I did, the steering didn't feel like this, and I like that a lot. One other good touch that I really like is the fact that that spoiler is right there in the rear view mirror. It just kind of, I don't know, gives a little bit more Shazam, you know what I mean? One thing I was always curious about when I would see people driving the Audi TTs and things like that, I was always wondering if they felt small. Even though it's a small car, I always wondered if it felt small driving it. For those who've driven a lot of cars, y'all know there's a bunch of cars that look small on the outside but don't necessarily feel so small on the inside. Like, for instance, my mom's Bug. that bug actually has a lot of room, and it actually could be made for really tall people. Like, it's a Volkswagen Beetle, and for those who don't know what a bug is, a Volkswagen Beetle, and even though it looks small, it's not that small on the inside unless you try to get your big ass in the back seat, then yeah, you big sardine back there. But this car right here, I wouldn't say feels really small, but what I will say is it does feel like a track dedicated car that can go around corners and all that stuff really easy, if that makes any sense to y'all. Now, this is a fairly new car, so I don't want to give it too many miles, and I don't want to go too crazy. It's not even over 1,000 miles yet. So if you're in Richfield or anywhere in Minnesota or even out of Minnesota and you want to buy this, hit Audi Richfield up and they can get you right. But now I'm about to put this joint into full dynamic mode, and we're gonna see how it would do. I'm gonna let it go straight, let it shift by itself, and then after that I'm gonna play with the paddle shifters. So now we're gonna go to dynamic, put it in there. Now we're in dynamic 2. We're just gonna let it go. Let's see what it do. 2 hands on the steering wheel type of time. Now y'all know I don't even drive like that, but I'm gonna do that for y'all, G Squad. So that's a cool little nice speed, not too crazy. And honestly, I didn't even put my foot down to the ground, to be real with y'all. Going around turns, you hear the little downshift, sound really good. Going around turns, feel real cool, real structured, real everything you want in a track dedicated car. Look at that, y'all hear that downshift? That joint was crazy. All right, now let's go ahead and go straight. Let's see what it do going around this little roundabout and getting on the freeway. Now I can give it a little bit more. So let's see what it do, baby. Let's see. Foot down to the floor. Oh, woo! No, this joint, nah, yeah, baby. I ain't gonna lie. We got a little bit of zone right here, so let me just calm it down. Real fast, and it got the sound, and it's instantaneous, and I didn't even rock with the paddle shifter. That was on pure automatic mode, so I can only imagine what it's gonna be like once you actually play with the paddle shifters and all that good stuff. All right, so I'm gonna give it a nice little downshift right here, see what it do. Give it the foot to the floor. Oh, that thing like a rocket. Yeah, this joint is real nice, man. Audi Richfield, man. If you want to come up here, you want to buy this TTRS, because I know they're hard to find. They're really rare. Make sure you hit them up. Come up here and buy your car. I didn't go too Gus. Like the car a lot. Alcantara on the steering wheel. Man, come on, man. Do I gotta say it again? Legendary car. Now, going right here, I'm gonna get off right here. Now, it's like a little bit of a wiggle turn right here. So I'm gonna see what it does right here. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that was. Oh yeah. Oh, that was effortless. That was effortless. That car, no, this car fast as hell. Most definitely. All right, man, well, there y'all go, man. We are back at the dealership, man. Legendary, all cap lock legendary car. This is actually one Audi. All the Audis are actually really type sleepers to me, because if you've never driven an Audi before, you have no idea how like linear this car actually is, like how streamlined it actually is, and how it's made, how it feels like it's like literally chopping through the air. Like, so I think all Audis are sleeper cars, but this one right here in particular threw me off the most, because obviously, like, I always looked at the TTs like the girl kind of Audi, like the girl kind of sports car Audi, and the Audi R8 is like the masculine, the dude one. Don't get me wrong, the Audi R8 top of the move, no question about it. But the Audi TT, now whenever I see Audi TT, I'm gonna have a newfound respect for it, whether it's old or it's new, because I know how it's calibrated, I know how it's feeling when it's driving. This legendary car, like y'all see when I was going around that little roundabout, that thing was quick and it was going around corners, big structured. Only thing I can say I've driven like that was a Corvette, you know, those kind of cars, GTR, those kind of cars. Now obviously, you know, those are gonna have their strengths and their weaknesses, and this one have their strengths and their weaknesses, so I'm not saying one is better than the other, but that's the kind of feel, that's the kind of structure I've gotten going around them kind of corners and them kind of cars, even though I know some of those cars might be more and this car might be less, or this car might be more at certain things and the other ones might be less. Nonetheless, I feel a structured feeling going around corners, and it's fast. That's one thing. Like, obviously it's a smaller car, so obviously it's lighter weight, you know, than a lot of these other cars that I could be possibly mentioning, but it's just, you wouldn't expect it to be able to go that fast. And there's some things, like when I do a car review, there's some cars where like you won't really get it. Like a Hellcat, like I own a Hellcat, obviously. With the Hellcat, you know, it's 707 horsepower from the factory, so you know, even though you might not have never driven one, you know, if you put your foot to the floor, it's gonna give you everything you want. It's gonna have the loud, it's gonna have the aggression, it's gonna have all that good stuff. But this one right here is one of them cars, I feel like the only way you can really experience it is by either buying it or driving it, if you're a person lucky enough like me to be able to do a car review on something like this, man. But there y'all go, man. That's the end of this video, man. G Squad, I hope y'all ain't skipped no ads throughout this whole video. If you haven't watched out the other Audi reviews that I did, go check them out ASAP. Nice car. I actually really love it. Would I buy it? I'm 6'10", and the leg room is a big deciding factor for me in a lot of cars. Even though, like I said, you can thug it out, but I'm an abnormally sized human being. I'm 6'10", people. You know what I mean? For the people who's like 6, I say anywhere like maybe 6'8", maybe 6'7", maybe 6'6", and below, you're good to go. Ooh, that kind of rhyme. Y'all like that? You know what I mean? But anyway, man, this video is over. It's done. Nothing really else to talk about, man. Tall Guy Car Reviews. I'm out of here, man. I'll see y'all in the next video, man. And make sure when y'all hit that next video, y'all ain't skipping no ads, baby. I would greatly appreciate it, man. See y'all in the next one, man.